Discernment is the spiritual practice of vocation. We often equate vocation with making a choice or making a commitment to something or someone, like taking a job or choosing a school or choosing a partner. However, prior to these big decisions in our lives, callings entail being in relationship with God as the source of our life and as the future of our lives. Really, calling is about being in relationship. And discernment is the way that we cultivate that relationship each day so that our hearts and minds are oriented toward God no matter what choices we're making. And discernment also is equated a lot with decision making, and they're related, but they're distinct as well. Elizabeth Liebert says that a discerning person is one who seeks in all that he or she does that which better responds to God's call in the moment, to desire what God desires more than any other created reality. Well, that's a very challenging calling, but it means that we nurture a discerning life below and above and around our choices. So discernment, like calling, is rooted in relationship with God and helps us focus desires toward what God desires. I think we sometimes think that our callings are something that God has all planned out for us, something ready-made. All I have to do is just sit here and wait and God will tell me what it is. But vocation's not a thing. It's not ready-made. It's not like it arrives from the UPS driver. It's a relationship. And we construct our callings, because we have many callings across our lifetime, in relationship to God and others, and with God and with others. So calling is creative, it's dynamic, and discernment entails those practices that keep our attention toward God's ways, towards God's purposes, and God's time. So in this series, I will look at 4 aspects of discernment, and for each, I'm going to look at 2 practices. First, discernment is listening. It requires us to sort out what is of and not of God in our lives, and it asks us to prayerfully listen and reflect with others. So listening involves sorting and reflecting. Second, discernment requires us to identify the gifts we have for service and to try them out. So discernment is seeking, and the practices will look at our testing our options and confirming a direction. But discernment also entails waiting and trusting at times of uncertainty. So it is trusting in God's ways and embracing not knowing. And to be a discerning person means to make good choices, to know how to make our decisions, and then to live into them and into our callings. So discernment is to live wisely. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of discernment. And you'll find more resources on our website, which include videos and questions for a small group if you're watching these videos with other people. I hope you learn how to be more discerning from this series. Thank you.